Hey guys, it's Beth. Today I'll be using this 12-inch hanger from Dollar Tree and a stencil from Amazon. I started by taping off part of the front of the hanger, and on the smaller section on the top I added home decor wax. That's by Folkart. I brushed some of it on and then blended it in with a baby wipe. And then I covered the entire back with the wax as well. And then on the front, I taped off the wax part and used black chalk paint by Waverly and brushed one coat on there with a sponge. Next, I took my stencil, flipped it upside down, and sprayed the back of it with Pixie spray that I get from Amazon. I placed down my stencil on the black section on the front and used white acrylic paint and a stencil brush, stenciled on all of the words and the little snow. And I'm putting very minimal paint on my stencil brush. If you put too much, it'll create bleeding underneath the stencil, so a little bit, and then do a couple coats. And then when I got to the larger sections on the bottom, the little trees, I used a sponge and went a little heavy on the bigger areas and then really light where it gets close to the opening on the stencil. So everything got 2 coats. And then I pulled that off and dried it completely and went back in with my sponge and filled in the little gap left by the stencil on the sides. And next I went in with a very small brush and filled in any gaps left by the stencil on the lettering. And then I'm making a bow. And I believe I got this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. I measure out 8 inches and fold it in half. And then I take that and flip it over itself 5 times. I cut off the excess on the back, and then in the center of the loops, I am making a little triangle cutout on both sides. I then take a zip tie and wrap it around the center where those little notches are and pull that nice and tight. And I do those notches because it makes it easier to move around the loops. So once I have the zip tie nice and tightened and the excess cut off, I open up all the loops. And I'm taking some picks that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just cut pieces from them and gluing them to the top. And then I added in a couple staples on those as well for extra stability, and then hot glued down my bow on the center of those and then fluffed out those loops again. And the last thing I'm doing is adding back in my hanger, just looping it from the front and then tying it off in the back. And that's it for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching.